Please welcome the next President and First Lady of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump, accompanied by Mrs. Melania Trump.
Of course, it matters for much of the world what happens in the United States for economic reasons, for security and defense reasons. The U.S. is incredibly significant. But where President Trump in 2016 and 2020 captivated the world's attention, he has less of a grip on it today.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
You have all NATO allies, of course, being very concerned about the potential return of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was very aggressive and not necessarily friendly, in particular to the big European allies and countries. The Central and Eastern Europeans were more happy under Trump, but they're happy now too, right? So there's not this wave of, oh, we want Trump back necessarily, because frankly, with the war in Russia, they're getting a lot of attention as well from the Biden administration. So there isn't this rush of, hallelujah, Trump is coming back.
Remember I sent to Angela? Remember Angela? Do you remember Angela? Nobody's remembering her now.
Trump invoking the Chancellor Merkel. I mean, feels like a has-been talking about a has-been. Germany is really different and Europe is different than when Trump was last in office. And yet he's talking about it like he did back then. Has he been asleep for the past few years?
And I was with President Xi, who's now president for life. I call him king. He said, no, I'm not the king. I said, yes, you are the king. You're president for life. It's the same thing.
I feel like the Chinese expect him to run again, and I think they expected him to win back in 2020. I do think there's this sense among Chinese interlocutors that I've spoken to that this is a recurring and powerful sort of force in American society.
In some ways, they typically lean towards who they know and who they've interacted with and prefer them over unknown quantity. I don't think they'd be thrilled with either a second Biden term or what would be a second Trump term with a four-year interregnum.
When President Trump came in after the 2016 election, he was incredibly tough on China, as he would say. And yet, as world events have continued to escalate, the position of toughness on China has been taken on also by the Biden administration.
And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you.
It feels almost as though the world has moved on, and certainly crossing its fingers that the U.S. has too.